Hello and welcome to the Streamline and Shine podcast. My name is Steff Bolton and I'm 1/3 of Bolton Virtual Solutions, a team made up of me, Mum, and my two daughters, Sam and Amy. Our family virtual assistant agency's absolute passion is helping time-poor female entrepreneurs with those ridiculously long to-do lists, because we all know how they get longer instead of shorter, so that they're able to focus on doing what they love. You're going to want to stick around if you find yourself constantly just doing this thing quickly instead of spending time with your family, or if you look at your list of tasks and feel like crying, or even if you're just simply wondering how to manage your time better and delegate to your team. We're going to be covering topics from social media to marketing, systems and processes to outsourcing, and so much more, so that you can see what's possible for you and your business. So let's get stuck in. Welcome back to the Streamline and Shine podcast, and today we're digging into something so many business owners put off until it's way too late, and that is knowing when it's time to upgrade your team. So if you've ever caught yourself saying, it's just easier to do it myself, or I don't think I need help yet, then this one is for you. So most of us start solo, which is totally normal. We're used to figuring things out ourselves, wearing all the hats, juggling all the balls, spinning all the plates, and basically just getting things done. And that resourcefulness is amazing until it's not. Because here's what normally happens. So you hire a VA for a few hours a week, maybe, and they help, but it's still all being directed by you. You end up spending just as much time explaining, chasing, and double checking, and you realise you've hired help, but you're still the bottleneck. So this is the point where a lot of people either stay stuck or start scaling in the wrong way by piling on more tasks, more chaos, and more stress. But what if the answer wasn't more help, but better support? So when I say upgrading your team, I don't mean you need to hire 5 people and go full agency mode. That's not what I'm talking about at all. What I am meaning is that you need to be hiring for roles that take ownership, not just follow instructions. You need to be bringing in strategic support like an OBM to manage the day-to-day. You need to hire specialists instead of generalists, and you need to tighten up your onboarding, your SOPs and your communications so that any team member, new or existing, can literally be plugged in and they can play. So it's not about more hands, it's about better hands in the right places. So let me tell you about one of our clients. So she was generating a solid income, consistent 10k months, which is amazing. Okay. But she was spending 70% of her week managing her VA. She was updating task lists. She was checking projects. She's tweaking everyone's work, but she didn't need more help. She needed someone who could take the pressure off of her brain. So we are going to be stepping in with OBM support. So we're going to be building out a simple project workflow in our favourite Basecamp. We're going to be cleaning up her team communication, and we're going to be creating task templates that her VA can actually run with. And we know that in 3 months' time, she's going to be feeling more aligned in her business. She's going to feel like she's actually leading rather than being led. And she's going to feel like she's got the time back to focus on the next stage of growth and the goals that she's working towards. Now, that is what upgrading your team looks like. And it starts before you feel ready. So I've got a little tip for you. So if you're wondering whether it's time to upgrade, there's 3 questions that you can ask yourself. And if you answer yes, you're likely the bottleneck in your business, I'm afraid to say. So ask yourself, do I have recurring fires or tasks falling through the cracks? So are you firefighting a lot of the time? And that usually means that your team needs stronger systems or a manager to oversee them. Am I the only one thinking ahead is another question. So if your team only moves when you move, you need someone who can lead, not just follow. So if you said yes to any of those, it's time to explore what upgrading might look like for you. If you're feeling stretched but not sure what kind of support you need next, that's exactly what we figure out inside a Supreme Strategy session. We'll review your current setup, spot the gaps, and help you plan out your next hire or clean up the structure around your existing team. Book your session using the link below in the show notes. In a business doesn't mean doing more. It means building smarter and working not just harder, but working smarter as well. And sometimes that means upgrading your team before you're technically ready, because real growth doesn't wait for perfection, unfortunately. So next week, I'm sharing what happens when flexibility in business crosses the line into chaos. Yep, we're going there, and I've got some boundary setting gems for you. So until then, keep streamlining, keep shining, and remember, you're not meant to do this alone. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Streamline and Shine. If you have questions on what we covered inside, please feel free to reach out to us on Instagram at Bolton_virtual_solutions, or you can email us at teambolton@boltonvirtualsolutions.co.uk. We absolutely love hearing from our amazing community and are always here to support you. If you'd like to be interviewed on a future episode, please drop us an email letting us know which topic you'd like to speak about, and we'll get back to you. See you on the next episode, lovelies. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Streamline and Shine. If you have questions on what we covered inside, please feel free to reach out to us on Instagram at Bolton_virtual_solutions, or you can email us at teambolton@boltonvirtualsolutions.co.uk. We absolutely love hearing from our amazing community and are always here to support you. If you'd like to be interviewed on a future episode, please drop us an email letting us know which topic you'd like to speak about, and we'll get back to you. See you on the next episode, lovelies.